So I am far from YouTube famous. I think at the time of this video, I have like 1,500 followers. I don't really post consistently enough. I'm trying to be better about that. I mean, if you're watching this video, it's probably because of some type of algorithmic magic, not because I have a bunch of followers like all these YouTube stars that are getting canceled. It's crazy right now when you're looking at all these YouTube stars from Cody Ko, Dr. Disrespect. Now they're trying to cancel Ava Tyson. It's pretty crazy just because of the fact that YouTube is a place where anybody, and I literally mean anybody, can become famous. There's no type of screening. There's no type of background checks. There's no type of anything. A literal pedophile can come on YouTube and make content. And what's crazy about that is YouTube's history when it comes to this very topic. And I'm not even gonna really get too deep into that because maybe YouTube's gonna shut this video down. I know this video doesn't get monetized or not. But what it comes down to is the fact that a lot of people that you guys follow, that I watch, aren't the people that we know them to be. Rather, they're the people who they create and construct for the sake of entertainment and money. When I first heard about the Cody Ko situation, I wasn't necessarily surprised. In fact, my head was like, is he the only one? Is he the one that's going to take this brunt of all these other YouTube celebrities who we know are doing the same thing? Like, it's an open secret basically at this point when we look at certain YouTube stars and we know that they're out there doing like some crazy sus stuff. And when it comes down to is like what I just said is the fact that YouTube is this ecosystem that, first of all, targets children to a degree, and YouTube has tried to be better about that. But also the fact that the whole engine is designed to get kids and get young adults into the channel and into the platform. It's built for young adults, teenagers, and kids. That's kind of what YouTube has just evolved to be. But the problem with that is that a lot of people see it as an opportunity to take advantage of that. And when you start to become famous and you start making a bunch of money and all these things start happening, you start getting deals and sponsorships, your vision starts to get clouded in terms of things that you can actually do with that power that you have. And so when it comes down to like the Dr. Disrespect situation or even this Ava Tyson situation, it's something where it's like, this is not new. And this is not something that is like a one-time thing. There's going to be a lot more of this to come. I'm glad it's coming to the surface. I'm glad that people are talking about this, but this is not going to be the last time that we hear about these stories. And with the Cody Ko situation, it's interesting because of the fact that the victim, quote unquote, was the one who came out and told the story. And if she didn't say anything, it probably wouldn't have ever been a thing. With that said, YouTube does have a hard-on for cancel culture, meaning that they will latch on to something and cancel. You see all the smear videos, you see Moist Critical going off for 25 minutes talking about somebody, and it's over, right? It's a wrap. And it's a dangerous pattern. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't speak on these things. I think all these things should be brought to light. I just know that some of the people who are speaking on these things are probably people who are also involved in it. I'm not talking about Moist. I'm talking about other commentary people or people who are out here on YouTube. And it gets to a point where you're like, who could you really trust when it comes to YouTube? Now, whose responsibility is it to maintain this type of level of responsibility and accountability? I mean, I guess it's on the channel, right? But should YouTube start doing background checks? Should YouTube start looking into people's histories of people who are getting more money as they're getting monetized? Should that be part of the monetization process? Like, should you have to get a background check? Or should you have to like maybe have someone dig into your history and like really see if you're a viable person? Now, if they did that, obviously it would bring their whole system to a grinding halt. Not because necessarily the fact that everybody's a sexual predator or a groomer, but rather the fact that the process of going through that, like you have to hire more people, hire more staff, you have to probably create a whole department actually just to go through and do the vetting process for all these creators. But honestly, when I think about it, that's like the only solution that makes sense at this point is some type of process, because what ends up happening and what's going to end up happening is that you're going to start to see like vacuums in YouTube. Cody Ko is a massive star. He's a massive star. He has millions of followers. And like I said before, he's not going to be the last. And I said, that's my guy. I watch his channel. I watch his videos. I enjoy his content. So it's one of those things where it's like people are going to keep looking for the next Cody Ko or whatever type of content they need to fill that void that they were expecting from their favorite YouTube creators. And all that does is present opportunity for more people to be exploited, for more people to groom, for more people to take advantage of other people. And just to be on the devil's advocate on the other side of the coin, people make mistakes, right? People do weird things when they're younger and they make bad decisions. They get into like interesting relationships that they maybe shouldn't have got into, et cetera, so forth. Maybe they crossed a couple of lines they shouldn't have crossed. Now, I'm not justifying any of these actions at all whatsoever. But what I'm saying is that if we judge people based off of the sum of their past, that's dangerous when it comes to their future. And that's obvious, right? That's kind of what cancel culture is about. We go back and we look back 10, 15 years and be like, you did this thing 10, 15 years ago. And that person can be like, yeah, I'm not that person anymore. But it's like, it doesn't matter. You still did it, right? And I think it also depends on the level of crime or activity that we're talking about here. Running around naked and getting a sexual predator badge on your name because you did that is different than grooming a 14-year-old or being caught with kids or even dating someone who is below the legal age. And because those are more like choices, right? Those are things that people choose to do versus things that kind of happen, right? Or happen to you, circumstantial versus like, hey, I'm choosing to actively date this person. I'm choosing to actively groom this person. I'm choosing to actively go out and find underage kids that I can communicate with as a grown ass person. These are clear choices that honestly, when I even say it, like talk about the background check and all that stuff, you might not even be able to identify these things from those things, but it's a dangerous, slippery slope. And we live in a really crazy, sick world where people will make YouTube channels and have a whole legendary career, but then throw it all away because they want to talk to underage kids or they want to do something that's just outside of the cool zone. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very complicated, but also it's not. At the end of the day, I think that these people need to be exposed. I think these people need to be talked about. I think these people need to be discussed. But I also think that just be careful where you get your information from, because it's a cycle. And like I said before, like voids will be created and vacuums will be created and people are going to want to fill those vacuums. And this is going to be an opportunity for other people to come in and do the same shit. So I don't necessarily know what to expect, but I just know that, like I said, this is just the beginning. I think we're going to start to see like a whole wave of YouTube celebrities start to get canceled, start to get called out. Things are going to get exposed. It's going to get weird, man. It's been a weird year already. There's a bit. Did you guys hear about Yellowstone? That's a different video. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Let me know what you guys think. Who else needs to be canceled, I guess. I don't know. But talk about it in the comments. Take care. Y'all stay safe. Peace.